three important bills have been passed by both houses of parliament: the insurance bill, the mines and minerals bill, as well as the coal bill. You've broken the unity of the opposition, which was together on the land acquisition bill. How have you managed to do that?
Well, I don't think we broke the opposition unity. I think it was the lack of statecraft on behalf of the principal opposition party which led to this disunity. The insurance bill was a bill which was brought in initially by the UPA. And I'm glad the UPA eventually had to support that bill. As far as the coal and the mining laws are concerned, we've already had a sufficient mess in this sector. Coal blocks were being allocated on a discretionary basis. Allegations of corruption have been there. A former prime minister of this country has been summoned by the court in a criminal case. The mines bill provided for an arbitrary, mine law provided for an arbitrary method, first come, first serve. Now these are all becoming anachronic legislations. And therefore the parliamentary wisdom is that the government must step back. There must be no pick and choose. These are valuable resources. A, the industry needs it. B, these should be auctioned by a non-discretionary method. And C, the entire amount earned from these auctions should be passed on to the mining or the coal-bearing states. These are all states which are economically not very progressive. They need revenue. There's a sizable tribal population in these states, and therefore these states had to get this money. I think it's the fairness of the NDA government led by Mr. Modi in dealing with the states. The Finance Commission has given them a very large amount of money. We don't grudge that. We never use the UPA language कि हम राज्यों को पैसा देते हैं. It's the right of the states. They've got this money, which they are entitled to. We did it with great amount of dignity and grace. Then we are handing over the mining money to them. Then we are giving to the backward states, even Bihar and Bengal, which needs to progress, several tax concessions on the pattern of Andhra Pradesh. I think it's the fairness of the NDA in dealing with the states which has aroused confidence. Take Uttar Pradesh.
But then on land acquisition bill, why is it not striking a chord with the opposition parties? Just 2 days ago, we saw 14 parties, the opposition together, along with the Congress, marching to the president. So there the NDA seemed to be outmaneuvered.
I think it's a preliminary reaction. Eventually, when the land bill is argued, when it's considered, it's a bill which is wholly in favor of the rural areas of this country. It provides for rural infrastructure. It provides for housing for migrant people from rural areas to the cities. It provides for irrigation. It provides for rural roads. It provides for infrastructure in rural areas. It provides for industrial corridors which should run through rural areas, increasing the value of the rural areas, as also providing job opportunities to farmers. Now there is a kind of a lack of understanding or a disinformation campaign, so political reasons are being stated. But eventually, if there is one bill which can develop rural India into great amount of infrastructure and facilities, it is the land bill. And eventually, when it is argued, I have not the least doubt that parliamentary wisdom will prevail in favor of passing this particular bill. It has been delayed by some weeks, but I'm sure it will eventually see the light of the day.
Let me bring you to the politics of this entire bill. In this session of Parliament, we did not see Rahul Gandhi present there. Sonia Gandhi is a new, rejuvenated Sonia Gandhi who's leading opposition parties to protest against various of your bills. Even the coal bill as well as the mine bill were opposed by the Congress party. What do you speak about the entire politics of this entire issue?
I am not really concerned with who leads which party. That's an internal affair of the parties. I am concerned with their policies. And I have not the least doubt that obstructionism is leading to is a preliminary primary strategy of the Congress party. It's a strategy to keep India poor. It's a strategy to keep India backward. Eventually, it is for their leaders to decide whether that's the roadmap India should really follow. I believe it should not.
What about Rahul Gandhi's messages to his party not to participate? The Congress seem to be divided because all the Congress MPs in Rajya Sabha have not voted against the bill. How do you comment on the Congress party's politics internally?
Well, those who live by the dynasty get drowned with the dynasty. That's all I can say.
So you think the dynasty is taking a short-sighted view as far as some of these legislations
Well,
are concerned?
I always believe that parties which strive only on families and dynasties, the strength of the family will be as strong or as weak as the strength of that current generation of the dynasty. These are parties which have chosen a particular course. I am nobody to correct them.
You've also introduced the black money bill. Is that a political statement that the NDA government is making?
That's something which we had promised, and therefore it's a taxation bill. If Indians keep assets outside the country, they must pay tax on it and must bring that money back to India. That's in short what the bill says. And if they don't, they'll be punished for it.
Are you satisfied with this part of the budget session in terms of the bills that have been able to go through as far as the NDA government is concerned? And are you hopeful the land acquisition bill will be passed in the second half?
I am more than satisfied and I am extremely hopeful.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.